Hey guys, we're at Performance. So we're continuing with the hood. We're gonna lay down the paint today. So we did 220 DA, 320 DA, and then 400 by hand with, we did it wet. So wet sand 400, if you can see, it is flat. The clarity is good of the water. We cleaned it off with just some dish soap and a microfiber. Let it fully dry. And then next we're gonna start applying the paint. Okay guys, so Sprayway happens to be a very good cleaner in the body shop because it doesn't have anything ammonia or any other egregious chemicals that would impede your body work. So he's wiping it down, and then we're gonna let it gas off a little bit, and then we're just gonna tack cloth it. So this is 400 wet sanded, and we're gonna go and apply the Eastwood Boulevard black right after we mix it 3-to-1. Okay. Putting some pre-painting on Eastwood product to comply with the Eastwood filler primer and the Eastwood paint.
All Eastwood.
All Eastwood.
Still dirty, see it?
Yep. And then we're gonna go about foam brushing with Eastwood's foam brushes to roll, brush on paint.
Single stage Boulevard black. See how it looks, wet sand it. See if it looks just as good as spray.
Indeed.
Okay guys, so we're painting the 84 hood. You'll see obviously all our brush marks in it. So this is a brush on paint of the Eastwood Boulevard black. It doesn't look the best, but it actually doesn't look half bad at the same time. So the whole point in our method of this is we're laying it on. We're gonna do 3 coats. It's pretty thick. The end goal is to wet sand and buff the crap out of it to get rid of all the lines, and then hopefully get it a nice uniform finish, similar to whenever you spray aerosol and you wet sand and buff to get all the orange peel out. We have been using the foam rollers. We're gonna step it up to this roller. Our first pass was with a foam brush. We did, our most recent pass was with this. This does seem to work quite well. Just the paint sometimes gets built up in there, and then you have some runs. So I'm gonna just try everything. I'm gonna try this, and I'll give you guys an honest opinion about what works best. Because we did that, and then we also did, our first pass was done with Eastwood's brand foam brush. After, they laid down really good in the beginning, but then once you keep going into it, obviously the brush starts to deteriorate. I ended up having to push really hard down into the hood just to get the paint to come out and lay down properly. But you know, this is entirely a learning curve, so we're just going to see how it goes, and hopefully once we wet sand we'll have some pretty good results.
Hey guys, so obviously this looks a lot better because right now we're in the evening time, but obviously there's aeration bubbles. I used a roller, was getting some aeration. I also was using a brush. Obviously there's aeration and drips and agitation, whatever you want to call it. But now it's pretty dry. It definitely got better as it dried. I'm pretty hopeful that I'm going to wet sand. The lay down pretty thick, so I'm hoping I don't have to wet sand and do another coat. Obviously you want the best results. You do 800, maybe even a little less, but most likely 800 is going to be good for your wet sand to start, and then 1,000 and 1,500 are probably going to go. That's what I'm going to start at to try and get this out. And I'm hoping I don't break through. If I break through, I'm gonna have to add some more coats, but I'm hoping that I can just coat it, wet sand it, and then buff it without having to apply any more coats. That's the goal here. So hopefully we can do that, get rid of all the imperfections, all this brush mark and orange peel and all that other stuff, and then it'll look really good. Because if you stand back, you know, obviously you can tell that there's you know, big drip mark right there in the middle from the roller, but it's not bad. So like, comment, subscribe, follow along on the build, and then see how far we can get with this, see what it looks like when we do the whole car. Thanks for watching, guys.